Morning, everyone. Right. Today's topic is DevOps. We will understand what is DevOps, why DevOps became more popular than other methodologies. We'll discuss. See, let's say I have an IT company. To bring this software company into top position, I need to follow some points. Like we need to deliver the application faster. If we are working on any application, we should deliver that application faster. Not only delivering faster, at the same time, we need to maintain the quality also. With high quality, we need to deliver the application. And at the same time, with less spending, means with minimal budget, we need to deliver the application fast with high quality, with reduced outages. Reduced outages means there should not be any downtime of the server. Downtime of the application should be minimized. So how can we achieve all these things, like delivering the application faster, quality with less spending and reduced outages means we'll see how we can achieve all these things. Assume railway minister. This railway minister want to bring an application for the passengers to book the train tickets from one place to other place. Assume there is no IRCTC application as of now. We don't have any application as of now. We are booking train tickets by going to railway station, by standing in the queue, we are booking the tickets. So to avoid these problems, railway minister wants to bring an application where passengers can book the train tickets from their mobile laptops just by sitting in the home. They should book the tickets. For this, whether the railway minister can develop the application means no, he cannot develop the application. Why? Because he is not an IT employee. He is visiting to one IT company, is talking to the manager regarding the requirements. He is explaining about his requirements, like all the passengers across India should able to book the tickets from source place to destination place, all the train tickets. They should do the online payments, everything. He's telling all the requirements. Now this manager is discussing with the teammates like how much time it will take to finish this task and how much budget is required, how many employees are required. They're discussing everything. And once they are ready with the discussion, they're explaining to the railway minister, okay, we are agreeing for your task. It will take 1 year to finish this application and around 10 crores. Budget will be around 10 crores. If you are okay with 1 year duration and 10 crores budget, we can start working on this task. Still. So here, the person who is giving the task, we call him client. The person who is giving task, we call him client. Client means who is giving the task work. Whatever the task given by client, we call this task as project. And wherever the client location, the client belongs to Delhi, then Delhi, the client location, we call it as on-site. We call client location as on-site or onshore. On-site means not USA, UK, Australia. On-site means client location. So the project means the task which was given by the client, we call as project. So what this IT team will do, this software employees, what they will do, they'll start working on the project. First, what is the first phase? First phase is designing. They'll start designing the application first. Designing the application means discuss like how many pages are required, like login page, registration page, like home page, then bookings page, payments page, like different pages are required. And in this page, like login page, how it should look like, username, password, login button, like sign in page, everything. Like once designing part is done, designing the pages part is done, then they'll discuss which programming language they should use, like .NET or Java or C language or Python. For backend, which database we should use, like SQL, MySQL, uh, Aurora, MongoDB. Like they'll discuss uh, the programming language, database designs, everything. Once they are ready with the designing phase, then developers start working on the code. Developers will start working on the coding. Manager will distribute the task in between them. They will work on the coding part, like around six developers. Each developer work on different tickets. Once coding part is done, then comes build team. What build team will do? Build team will compile the code and it will create one executable file. Compiling means converting source code into binary code or machine readable format. Computers cannot understand source code. C language, C++, Java, Python. Computers cannot understand. Computers can understand only 0, 1, 1, 0, this binary language. So compiling means converting source code to binary code and creating executable file. So this build team will compile the code whatever written by the developers. Once build part is done, it creates that executable file like irctc.var. So this is the final executable file. After building is done, then comes testing team. What testing team will do means they will write some test cases, whether login page is working properly or not, user registration page, bookings page, like all the pages, each and every test case they will perform. Like if you see in the login page, username, password, login. In the username, if I have given 100, the password I have given 100, and if I click on login button, it should not take me to the welcome page. It should not take me to the home page because this is an incorrect username, incorrect password. It should throw the error. Incorrect, invalid username or password. It should throw the error. If I have given the correct name, like username is Aravind, password, correct password 12345 6, but instead of 12345 6, I have given only 12345. It should throw the error again. If I given 12345 6, then it should take me to the welcome page. So like this, each and every test case they will perform. If all the test cases are passed, then testing team will say, yes, the application is working properly. We are ready for deploying the application. They will say like they'll give thumbs up. Okay, yes, we can proceed. After testing team finish all the test cases, then QA team. QA team will check the code quality. Here they will check the quality of the code. Developers has written the code right in C language or Java language. So even though you have see, we can write the programs like to print hello world, to print a hello world program. You can write the code in 2 lines like printf hello world. Other person will write like hash include stdio.h int a is equals to 10, b is equals to 10, printf hello world. He has written in 3 lines, but output is same hello world. Output is hello world. Here I have written in 1 line, he has written in 3 lines. Which code quality is good means this quality of the code is good because Here unnecessarily he is declaring the variables. Even the output is correct, but not required to declare the variables. Here with very less lines, output will showing uh, with very high performance. So this quality of the code is very good. QA team checks the code quality. So writing the code only not important. The code quality should be also good. QA team will perform the quality of the code, quality assurance. Then finally this IRCTC dot var file. This is the final executable product. If I hand over this product to railway minister, he cannot do anything because he is a non-technical person. He don't know what to do with this file. Now comes deployment team. Deployment team. Uh, uh, Operations team. There all these teams comes under development, and all these teams comes under operations. You know, deployment team, or you can call it as operations. Now, what we need to do means here, this operations team or operations team people, they'll take this file and deploy this application in client server. In the servers, they will deploy the application. Once the deployment part is done, they will monitor the application. Monitoring means they'll see the metrics of the application. They'll see the metrics of the infrastructure, whether the CPU utilization is maintaining properly or not, whether the storage is not exceeding 90%, whether the RAM is utilizing properly, it is not exceeding 90%. What happens if it is exceeding 95%, 98%? They will troubleshoot and they will try to reduce the CPU utilization, they'll reduce the storage, like they'll delete unnecessary things or they'll increase the storage space. So monitoring team will monitor the metrics of infrastructure as well as application. Then maintenance team. So these people, these software people, they'll explain to the client team, to the railway minister, the IT minister, railway minister is there, right? So they'll ask whether you want to take care of maintenance or we should take care, our company wants to take care of maintenance. If railway minister is telling, no, you only take care of maintenance, your company only take care of maintenance, means we have to take care of maintenance. Maintaining the application, even after delivering the application and deploying the application, let's say we are all using the IRCTC application. It is completed, the project is completed, everybody is booking the train tickets using IRCTC application. It's been like 5 months, 6 months. Suddenly the app is not working. IRCTC application is not working. Users all over India facing issue. Then who is responsible for that? Whether the railway minister can resolve that issue, means no, he don't know what's happening. Where is the code? What to do also he don't know. Maintenance team. Who is maintaining the application? This IT company, the software company, some XYZ software company who has developed the application. They only taking care of maintenance. Immediately they will see, they will escalate and they'll try to resolve the issue. What happened? Anywhere the bug, whether the code issue is there or uh, database issue, storage issue, whatever, they'll try to rectify and resolve the issue. Again, users can able to use the IRCTC application. So this maintenance can be anything. Either we can take care of maintenance or the client. Railway minister can appoint to the software people. If we explain to them, they can also take care of maintenance. So you take any project in this world, starting with designing phase, then developers will write the code, then build, testing, QA, deploying the application, monitoring, maintenance. Will pass all these stages. This is like a life cycle. Any project we take, we have to pass all these stages. So this life cycle we call as software development life cycle. Nothing but SDLC. Software development life cycle means in developing a software called IRCTC, we are following the life cycle stages. These are the different stages. Not only IRCTC, any application if you want to develop, we need to start from designing phase. Directly, nobody will write the code. First, you need to create, visualize the application, how it should look like. Once designing is part is done, then coding. So this method we call as waterfall method. Whatever the method here we used to develop this IRCTC application, we call it as waterfall method. But waterfall method is an old method. It is used in early 2000s, 1990s, that time. Nowadays, no one is using waterfall method. Why? Because we have many drawbacks in waterfall method. What are the drawbacks? First drawback is, see, the development has started. Developers writing the code. Around 6th month or 7th month, railway minister came to this software company. He is giving some additional requirements. He's asking, manager, can you please add phone pay method, GPay, UPI methods in the payments page? As discussed earlier, we are following net banking for payments, right? Now, recently phone pay came into the market. So can we add phone pay, UPI payments? Means they will not accept the new requirements in middle of the project. So in waterfall method, there is no new requirements. This is one drawback. Then the second drawback is, see, developers has written the code and see all these teams. This team is the part of developing the code. This team, build team is also part of the development. Testing team is also part of the development. QA team is also the part of development. All this development team has developed the product. Now operations team has to deploy this product in their servers. So while deploying, they observed, like they noticed it is working properly in Windows operating system, IRCTC application, but in Linux operating system, it is not working properly. Then whose mistake it is? Operations team sent an email. This is not working properly in Linux operating system. Maybe your code is not written good for Linux. Can you check your code for Linux? Developers, what they are saying, we have tested in our local machines. In Windows and Linux, it is working properly. Maybe you did not deploy it correctly. It is the infrastructure issue from your end only. So there is no proper communication between development team and operations team. Like no proper communication between development team and operations team. So this is also a drawback. And no faster delivery. After developers writing the code, then only build team will compile the code. After build is done, then only testing team will do the test cases. Only after testing, QA team will check the code quality. After developing the product, only operations team can deploy the application. After that, only monitor. So their dependency of one team of another team. So because of that, there is a delay in delivering the application. To address these issues, whatever the issues we have faced in waterfall method, we have other methodology to address these issues. That is agile methodology. So agile methodology can issue the they can address the issues whatever we have faced in waterfall methodology. In agile methodology, we receive the requirements in the form of sprints. This client will give requirements in the form of sprints. Like this is the first sprint. Sprint 1. So this minister is saying, you need to finish this sprint in 3 months. So in this sprint, they are giving the requirements to develop IRCTC application. with a login page, registration page, payments page, bookings page, like all the requirements they have given. Now, our team has started working on sprint one. First, we will design the application. Once designing part is done, then developers will start writing the code. After that, we'll do build, then testing the application, then code quality. So by end of the third month, we are done with sprint one. So at the last week of the third month, or like within 2 weeks before only, client will come with new sprints. Client is coming with new sprint. Sprint 2. In sprint 2, he wants some additional requirements like phone pay, adding phone pay methods, GPay, UPI payments, all UPI payments, QR code. We can scan the QR code and pay the tickets amount also. So again, based on this new requirement, again, team has started designing where should we implement phone pay method, where to implement GPay method, like everything. We need to design first. We need to write the code for integrating phone pay, GPay, UPI, all these things, coding, then build, test, QA. And client is coming with one more requirement. Again, after at end of the 6th month, he's coming with one more sprint, sprint 3. In sprint 3, he wants to allow live location of the customer, like along with live location, some food, like passengers should able to order the food, like some new requirements, some additional requirements. Whatever the idea is coming to the client, he's coming with the new ideas in the middle of the project. In every sprint, he's coming with the new ideas. So according to the agreement, they want this project with the 3 sprints. So in sprint 1, they have given some requirements. In sprint 2, they have given, and final and the last sprint. In the last sprint, again, they have started working on designing, then coding, build, testing, QA, and finally deploying the application. Finally, users can able to access this IRCTC application at the end of the third sprint only. Here, what we have addressed means we have addressed the first issue, that earlier in waterfall methodology, no new requirements, but now we are receiving the new requirements in middle of the project, that is in the form of sprints. The first issue is addressed. The second issue is there is no proper communication between development team and operations team. That issue we are addressing in the form of like status calls, scrum calls, or stand-up meetings, we say. So every day in the team, we used to have stand-up calls. In that calls, all the team members like developers, testing team, operations team, managers, team leads, everybody will attend the call and they have to tell their status on their task. Like as a developer, I'll tell the status of my task, like what I have worked on yesterday. Like I'll say yesterday I have worked on login page. Some the code changes are in progress. Mostly I'll finish the changes by next week. Like that, I have to give the status. Like that, everybody will give status on their task, so that if there is an issue, people can understand, all the team members can understand what's going on in the team, who is working on which task. If there is any issue, they will work together and they will resolve the issue. So with this call, stand-up calls, we are addressing the communication issues also. But still we are not addressing that faster delivery. See, even though sprint 1 is completed, we are not delivering the application. Even though sprint 2 is completed, we are not delivering. So at the end of the third sprint only, we are deploying the application finally. So the users can able to access IRCTC application at the end of the third sprint. Still, we are not able to address this issue. So how we are going to achieve that one also? Using DevOps methodology, we are going to address that issue. DevOps is a methodology. It is a process like Agile. The term DevOps comes from development team, dev, from operations teams, ops. So DevOps. DevOps is a team. They have knowledge on both development side as well as operations side. Earlier, we used to have separate build team, separate monitoring team, maintenance team, deployment team, operations team. But now they're hiring DevOps team, DevOps engineers. So if there are like two build team persons, like two monitoring persons, two operations persons, like overall 6 persons are there. For assume for each person they are paying 50,000 salary. 50K, like 1 lakh, 3 lakhs per month, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, like 3 lakhs they are paying per month for all the 6 people. Per annum, 36 lakhs. Client is paying 36 lakhs for all these 6 people. For each person, 50,000 salary. But now, instead of hiring build team separately, instead of hiring deployment team, monitoring team, like maintenance team separately, they're hiring DevOps engineers. Like 2 DevOps engineers they are hiring. These DevOps engineers will have knowledge on development side and operation side, like build side, they will have knowledge. They'll have knowledge on deployment side, maintenance side, monitoring side. Instead of paying 50,000, they'll pay 1 lakh. Just I'm giving a figure of 1 lakh. So now the client is paying 2 lakhs per month. Per annum, it will be like 24 lakhs. Client saving 12 lakhs per year, and the people also getting, the employees also getting more salaries because they are part of many stages: build stage, deployment stage, maintenance stage, monitoring stage. In DevOps methodology, we are going to address many issues. Like in DevOps also, we receive requirements in the form of sprint. Like we have received the first sprint. Sprint 1, we received the requirements. So developers started designing the code, writing the code, then doing the build, like building the application, testing, then QA, then release. Release means like whatever the product, for example, IRCTC application they are working, IRCTC.5. So this is the first version. They'll store the first version, 1.0.0 version they'll store. After 2-3 months, they'll upgrade IRCTC application. So that will be like 2.0.0. If it is a minor version, 2.0.1, 2.0.2, all the versions they will store. We call it as release. Why we need to store each and every version means, see, for example, this is the latest version. Users are using the latest version, but after 2-3 days, they observed some issues with the latest version. So the IT team wants to revert back to the previous version. So that you should save the previous version also somewhere. If you don't have the previous versions, if you're going with the latest version only, if the latest version having the code issue, like some errors, some issues are there, we cannot do anything. And until fixing the issues, we need to use this version only. But if you store the previous versions also in release, it is easy for us. Okay. So as per the sprint requirements, DevOps team, what actually they'll do? At this coding stage, DevOps team will set up GitHub, source code management tool GitHub. What is GitHub? GitHub is an online storage where all the developers can store their code in this platform. It is like a Google Drive. In Google Drive, how we store the photos, videos, so that everybody can access. Like a group of friends, they have taken some photos. If they want to store all the photos from their mobiles, they'll create one Google folder in the Google Drive, and they'll upload all the photos from different mobiles so that it's a common place where everybody can access the photos. Like developer one has written the code, developer two written the code, three, four, all the five developers has written the code. But this code is present in their individual laptops only. But finally, first developer has to push the code into GitHub, second person has to push the code, third, so that it is a common platform where you can see all the code changes related to IRCTC application. So who is going to set up this GitHub? DevOps engineer. It's coming to build. After writing the code and pushing the code to GitHub, build process has to be done. So here, as a DevOps engineer, we have to set up Maven build tool for testing, like Selenium or JUnit, like whatever testing tool we want. We need, like, no, DevOps engineer will not set up this Selenium. Testing team will take care of this. And QA, for QA tool like check style. All these are tools for release, like artifacts, for deploying, like we need deployment tools like Docker or Kubernetes. For monitoring, Datadog tools, Nagios, etc. And CI/CD tool, Jenkins. Now, as a DevOps engineer, we need to integrate GitHub with Jenkins, Maven with Jenkins, Selenium with Jenkins, Checkstyle with Jenkins, Docker or Kubernetes with Jenkins. This integration, like as a DevOps engineer, we have to set up GitHub, Maven, Checkstyle, Docker or Kubernetes, or Datadog or Nagios, Jenkins. All this installation process, tool setup, DevOps engineer has to take care. And what actually Jenkins will do means, once the developer has written the code, he will push the code to GitHub. Once he push the code to GitHub, this tool Jenkins will automatically pull the code from here. It will pull the code and send that code to Maven build tool. Maven will perform the build. It will compile the code and it will create that executable file, var file. Once build is completed, Jenkins will pull that code and send it to Selenium for testing purpose. Here already the testing team has written the test cases, or like hundreds of test cases they have written. If all the test cases are passed, then Jenkins will pull that code and send to Checkstyle for code quality. If the code is good, then finally the IRCTC.var is ready for deployment. As the operations team has set up the deployment tool like Docker or Kubernetes, now Jenkins will deploy this final executable product in Docker. Everything happens automatically. Automatically, these stages will pass. So Jenkins will deploy the application on Docker tool, and everybody, all the users across the globe can able to access the application. Or if somebody is typing www.irctc.com, then they can able to see IRCTC page. Why? Because this product has deployed in Docker container. Once it is deployed, people can able to access this IRCTC application. And for monitoring, we have tools like Datadog tool, Nagios tool. You can set up any tool. So in that tool, we can monitor the application. Earlier, we used to have separate monitoring team, but now we are replacing the teams with tools. As a DevOps methodology here, we are addressing some issues. First issue, like see here also we have the sprints. So client can give requirements in the middle. Here also we have status calls, stand-up calls. Here also we are addressing that issue. And the third one is faster delivery. We are addressing the faster delivery also. How? Because in the first sprint only, in the sprint one only, we are deploying the application. In the sprint two, again, we are deploying the application. In the third sprint, we said the third month, end of the third month, we are deploying the application. At end of the sixth month, again, as a second version of IRCTC we are deploying. At the end of the ninth month, again we are deploying as a third version of the application, so that users can able to access the application in the end of the third month only. Here you can see the differences between these three. In the waterfall methodology, so this is like design. First we design the application, then we write the code, then we do testing, finally we'll deploy. In agile methodology, we design the application for sprint 1, we write the code, we will test the application. Again, sprint 2, for sprint 2 again we will design. So blue color one is design. We will write the code, again we will test. Again, sprint 3, design, code, test. Design, code, test, finally deployment. But for as a DevOps methodology here, we receive the requirements in sprint 1 designing, sprint 1 coding, sprint 1 testing, here sprint 1 deployment. Application is deployed here. It's faster delivery. Again, sprint 2, starting here, sprint 2, sorry, sprint 2, design, code, test, and deployment again. Here also deployment. So as soon as we receive the sprints, developers work on the code changes, they'll deploy the application. So these are the different methodologies so far. What is DevOps? DevOps is a combination of development and operations. As I told, it is a team which is a combination of development team and operations team. So DevOps engineer should work on both development side and operation side. He should have knowledge on both sides. That refers to a set of practices, tools, and cultural philosophies that help organizations deliver products and services more quickly. At the end of the day, we should deliver the application as soon as possible. Faster delivery with high quality we are achieving using DevOps. Let's see here. DevOps is a methodology in the software development and IT industry used as a set of practices and tools. DevOps integrates and automates the work of software development side and IT operations side as a means for improving and shortening the systems development lifecycle. So overall, to reduce the span of software development lifecycle. So as a means for improving and shortening to reduce the SDLC, we are using DevOps methodology. So we have different types of tools in DevOps we use to achieve this. At code stage, we write the code, like developers write the code and push that code to GitHub using Git tool. And at build stage, we have different types of build tools like SBT, Maven. So if it is a Java programming language, we do the build using Maven build tool. Testing, either Selenium or JUnit, any testing tools. So as a DevOps engineer, we will not involve in testing. And at the release stage, like using Jenkins, like we will integrate everything and do continuous integration and delivery. For deployment, you can use either Docker, Kubernetes for deployment. For operation side, we have configuration management tools like Ansible or Chef. Monitoring like Datadog, Nagios, Splunk, many tools. We will be discussing here in our course Git, Maven, Jenkins, Nagios, Ansible, Docker, all these tools. Like again, Terraform, yeah, Kubernetes. These are the tools we'll be discussing. Let me unmute all. Yeah, if you have any questions, you can ask till now. Can you able to unmute? Any doubts? You understood what is DevOps? An idea? You got an idea at
Yeah.
least?
Yes.
So where is the relation between DevOps and AWS? Relation means here in DevOps, as I told, there are many tools like Maven tool, Git, Jenkins, Datadog, Ansible, Docker. So all these tools where we are going to install in AWS cloud, we will launch virtual machines like easy to install. We will install Jenkins or Git or Docker and all the tools we have to install in the machines. So that is the relation between DevOps and AWS cloud. In AWS cloud, we launch virtual machines and we deploy the applications, we install the tools. Okay. Any questions? So from Monday onwards, I'll start DevOps. We'll discuss about all these tools. That's all for today. If you have any questions, you can ask. Else we can end the session.
Then for the last section, you have stated how to discuss as well as
You're not audible.
for yesterday's class, you have stated we have to discuss how
Yes.
to
For that, I'll take the session tomorrow. Tomorrow we have session for the previous class. Okay. That I'll update in the group, WhatsApp group. What about DevOps? Any questions?
or
Anyone who is listening to this demo class for the first time, or everyone old students, like registered students only? Any new students are there here?
Yes, I joined this demo session today. So I joined a little late. So can you please
Uh,
let me know like what are the
Yeah, Rajat will share
topics?
the recorded video. No worries. You can ping to them. The recorded video they'll share to you.
Sure, sure. And actually, I wanted to know like what are the topics are going to be covered as a part of this DevOps training.
Uh, Here in our website, we have shared all the course curriculum. I'll show you. Here you can see. This is the course curriculum for AWS. And you scroll down. You can see course curriculum for DevOps also.
Okay.
So here is the link. If you just type rajinformatica.com, you can see all the details. Even I can
Mm-hmm.
share the chart also.
Sure, sure.
Any questions for people who have joined today only?
Sir, I have one question.
Yes, please.
Sir, remaining there are so many platforms now like AWS, Git, like that. So especially AWS is this much importance is were taken.
So we have many cloud computing platforms like AWS,
Mm.
Azure, GCP, IBM Cloud, Oracle Cloud,
Mm.
uh, Alibaba Cloud, Tencent Cloud. Plenty of cloud vendors are there. Among
Mm.
them, most of the companies are using AWS Cloud. Like more companies, like major applications are running on AWS Cloud. If most of the applications are using AWS Cloud, we'll be having like job openings, job opportunities also will having it more openings for AWS compared to other cloud vendors. So if there are no projects, no applications running on Oracle Cloud, then will you see any job vacancies for Oracle Cloud?
No.
All right. If projects are there, then only you will be having openings or vacancies. If
Yes.
most of the applications are using AWS Cloud, it is more
Yes.
popular compared to all other cloud vendors. Around 33% share, like 33% of the projects or companies using AWS Cloud. Azure with 21%, GCP with 10%, remaining all like 3%, 2%. Like many platforms are there, but AWS is in first place.
So AWS is powerful when we compare with Git and other like that.
Git is not cloud computing tool. Git is a tool which is used to store the code. As I told you, Google Drive example. What is
Hmm.
Google Drive, or what is OneDrive, or what is iCloud?
To store the data in a cloud.
To store photos, videos, documents.
Yes.
Git is a tool. It is a tool which is used to
Hmm.
the code, programs. People write programs right in C language, C++, Java, Python, HTML. These programs, to store these programs, we need a place that is called GitHub. So
Yes, sir.
GitHub is an online storage where you can store the code. How to store the code? Using this Git tool, we can store the code.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
I will explain this in detail from Monday onwards.
Okay. Sir. Thank you.
Yep. You no need to share your contact numbers. Already registered people. Whoever new students are there, whoever listening for the first time this class, I mean, whoever not registered, you only share the numbers. Renuka, I think you are already registered, right? Renuka and
Yes, Aravind.
yeah, why you are sharing? Not required. Only new people, whoever listening.
Yeah, as the link comes, I think we have to forward there also. That's why I have shared.
No, not required. Old people not required to share. I think Nitesh, right? Nitesh joined today. Nitesh Sharma.
Yes, yes.
You can share your contact number. They will forward you the recorded video to your WhatsApp.
Yeah, I've shared my number. Actually.
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
Only Nitesh or any others who is listening for the first time this session? Okay. So tomorrow uh, we have this session at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. is fine, right? Whatever the session we missed yesterday,
Okay, Aravind.
I'll finish that tomorrow. Tomorrow 9.
Aravind, I
Yes.
have a doubt. Can I ask?
No. First, let me answer. Tomorrow session at 9 a.m. Is that okay? Should I take the session tomorrow at 9 a.m. or 8 a.m.?
Okay. Okay. 9 a.m. is okay for me.
Okay. And we'll post in the WhatsApp group so that we will finish the session, whatever we have missed yesterday. Yes, please. Okay, yes. You can ask your question.
Yeah. As I chat with you in WhatsApp, అంటే తెలుగులో అడుగుతున్నాను. కమాండ్ ప్రాంప్ట్ లో నేను కాపీ పేస్ట్ చేస్తే నార్మల్ గా అయితే అవుతుంది. నార్మల్ గా అయితే కాపీ అయిపోతుంది. కానీ నేను ఎప్పుడైతే స్విచ్ అయ్యి రూట్ యూజర్ కి వెళ్తున్నానో రూట్ యూజర్ లో నేను కాపీ చేయలేకపోతున్నాను, పేస్ట్ చేయలేకపోతున్నాను. నాకు అక్కడ ఏమవుతుందంటే ఇలాగా ఎక్స్పోనెంటల్ సింబల్ లాగా వచ్చి విఎన్ కనబడుతుంది.
Show me the screenshot. Send me the screenshot.
Done.
Then we have to click on the right click button on the mouse, so
I told
it
her
will
on-
paste.
Yeah, I told her right click. But she
అవ్వట్లేదు సార్. బట్
yeah, అందుకని ఒకసారి నాకు పిక్ పంపించండి, నేను చూస్తాను.
ఓకే సార్.
Any other questions? Okay, that's all for today. So, thank you.
Thank you, Aravind.